Hi guys, it's Cleo. Are you in a loop of lies? Are you surrounded by people that are master manipulators, that are looking to see what they can get from you, how they can get it from you, when they can get it from you? Sometimes we're givers, we're sponges, right? And sometimes we're givers. The takers, I don't know what it is, but they have a radar for givers. And they will seek you out by asking several questions. Slowly, the manipulation will start. I'm going to use a lover, for instance. So you meet them. First, we all know about love bombing, right? They get that's right, the steps. So that's step one, down. Then they start to try to program us, right? Us givers. And the programming will start with, well, you know, I usually do things this way. And what they're talking about doesn't serve you at all and doesn't include you at all. So I've been watching this show. It's a Brazilian show. It's very interesting. And love bombs this gorgeous Brazilian girl, but she happens to be highly intelligent and intellectual. She is a psychotherapist. And what he'll say to her are things like, don't try to psychoanalyze me. That's your past experience. I'm your new experience, and don't put that on me. But then he'll trigger her by saying, well, you know, I still have a dog with my ex-girlfriend, and when I'm away on trips, I stop over there and I visit the dog. Okay, so the question will be, well, when was the last time you saw the dog? And he's like, 6 months ago. She's like, well, why don't you let her just keep the dog? Because it sounds to me like you're seeing this dog twice a year. He goes, it is twice a year. Then why bother? Get another dog, right? Is where my brain starts to start working. And he's like, no, this is something that I've been doing for years. Her and I have an understanding that that dog is like our child, and I still have visiting rights. I did a video a couple of weeks ago called How to Train Your Man. This is how a man tries to train a woman in this scenario. This is a tactic. This is a maneuver. This is him slowly but surely trying to get into her psyche and train her so that she starts to get used to his way of life, which is usually very dark by the time we find out who he really is. So this type of talk is going on and on for several episodes. And he is, I'm realizing, trying to train her so that when he goes away on trips for work, which is several times a month, I'm talking, if there's 30 days in a month, he's gone like 14 days or 17 days. And he's like, but they're quick, they're overnight trips. That part is true. But if he doesn't want you to look at his phone, he wants to have visiting rights with a dog he sees twice a year, and you're married to him, he's getting you used to loosening up the reins on your marriage to him, on her marriage to him. And a certain type of a lifestyle that she's not used to. Why? Because she's very traditional. She dresses traditional, she's a working girl, she's old school, she's that type. So the bottom line is be very, very careful for this type of stuff, because some people you can see them coming, granted. Some people, the love bombing is so obvious, you're like, ugh, this guy, this girl is off, they're pushy, I don't think this is gonna work for me. But some people are professionals, right? Sociopaths. And they will start with planting a seed. And it goes from there, and it's a very, very, very slow roll over time. By the time you try to get out of it, you're hooked, you're addicted to them, you have lost your self-worth, you've become insecure where you weren't before. And it's a very, very ugly manifestation that happens, and it's dangerous because by the time you're in it, it's like quicksand. It's the harder you try to get out, the more of a grip they have. Could be on your home life, your finances, maybe now you have kids. It just goes there. And I really want you guys to be careful. Of course, it's happened to me more than once, but I tell you, the last time I said this will never happen to me again, and it hasn't. But I now am hypersensitive and hyper aware, and it's not an easy place to be. I am safer because of it, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting to be overly aware, overly cautious of people, places, and things. But look, it's 2025 now. We have to be. It is what it is. It's the way of the world. The world has changed. It's definitely changed and become more intense after COVID. I've done a video on that, so I'm not going to go there, but I'm just telling you guys that you really have to be aware and ask questions. Do your homework, do research. Do they have friends? You know, another trigger for me is a person that doesn't have any friends. Now, there's a difference. I don't have a huge group of 50 to 100 friends like I did when I was in high school on purpose, because I don't need that right now. And also, I love to have a small, intimate circle of people that I trust, that are really friends. You can call them at 1 a.m. and they won't, treat you like a stranger. And I think for me right now, that's healthy, right? But you have the people that have no friends and haven't, like almost ever. And you've got to question that. Well, I'm a loner, and I'm this and I'm that, or I'm too busy, or I'm a workaholic. Okay, a lot of us are, but that doesn't mean that you don't have friendships and relationships that are healthy. You've got to question that. Another is obviously what kind of relationships do they have with their parents? Look, we all have a lot of toxic families, so I don't want you to base your future on this person's relationship with their family, but ask questions. Why? Who are you close with? Where are they in the world? Are they, in the same town, whatever? Do you see them? Ask questions. And you also want to be careful of people that don't like children, that don't like animals. I'm sorry, and this is very controversial, but that is a character flaw. Why don't they? What have their experiences been? And you don't have to want children to like them. You see what I'm saying? But people that don't like animals and children are a serious red flag for me, and that's usually how they treat people across the board. So these are just things I want you to sink your teeth into and pay attention to out there, because for some reason right now in the world, there are not double, but triple the amount of narcissists than there were when I grew up. That wasn't even a thing. Like, a narcissist when I was growing up was right there with a serious mental illness, and it is one. But now it's being thrown around to the everyday Joe, and the everyday Joe is a narcissist a lot of the time, And, it's social media. It's everybody using their camera. It's lots of pictures of yourself. I get it. But that sort of thing doesn't need to become a lifestyle. It could just become your little segment online for that moment. And these people are taking themselves very seriously. So yeah, you don't want that if you're not of that. And I want you guys to take care. Be careful out there. You matter. You count. And We're raising the vibration of this planet. Please like and subscribe and join my website and become a VIP person on my Pensite page with extra courses and goodies and freebies. And I love you guys, and peace and blessings. Cleo.